Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wassalatu wassalamu wa rasulullahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallama. And all praise is due to Allah. As I do witness that none is worshipped in the righteousness of being worshipped except Allah tabaraka subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallama is his last messenger. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Ashuurah Mutale, the founder and director of Muslim Girls International, all the way from Uganda. I'm also the Ugandan representative of Islamic Online University, founded by Dr. Bilal Phillips, and I'm also an international, inspirational, and motivational speaker. What do we have today? We are talking about sisterhood in Islam. Yes, we're talking about sisterhood in Islam. Remember, united we stand, one ummah, subhanallah. And well, meanwhile, as it's of the brotherhood, well, this is for the sisterhood. Okay, why did I really term it sisterhood? Because my words, my vision is for the sisters. I'm trying to empower the sisters, to inspire them, to motivate them, to get them feel the gift of being Muslims. Okay, so all my eyes, all my energy is all focused on the Muslims. So there we go, sisterhood in Islam. Okay. Sisterhood is the togetherness. This is being together as one. That is for the same goal. Okay? Yes. Let's be together as one for the same goal. Let's be just on one path. Let's unite. That is, if it doesn't get us off, for any duties that don't get us off the right track. Okay, before we get any further with that, first of all, who are you as a Muslimah? And what does sisterhood really matter to you? As a Muslimah, this is a Muslim woman, a devoted Muslim woman, obliged to believe in Allah. Okay? And when we're obliged to believe in Allah, that means we have to do what Allah wants us to do. Because there are laws. We definitely know we can't do things our way. We can't do things the way we want. There are laws that we have to abide with. And how can we do these things in the right way without taking separate ways, without separating ourselves? I mean, that is most of the times due to the race, due to the tribes, due to the countries, due to the social status, among others. Islam calls us to unite, to be just one, together as one, to love each other in everything that we do, in all aspects of life. United we stand, one ummah. So this is sisterhood in Islam. Why do we need this sisterhood in Islam? Remember, in the world that we're living in today, it's so full of so many evil things, so many complicated people, unpredictable people, so many sects. The world is so confusing, so many distracting things. So we need this unity. We need this sisterhood in Islam. We need this loving one another. We need this helping one another. Okay, and may Allah enable us have that bondage of sisterhood, brotherhood in Islam, because this is a very good way to keep our culture, to keep our Islam, to keep the laws. I mean, this helps us remind ourselves about so many things and helping ourselves with so many things. So what are the things that we should do to promote this sisterhood, to create this sisterhood, to keep this sisterhood within us? Remember, my beloved sisters, we are today's mothers of the nation. We are raising tomorrow's mothers of the nation. We are raising tomorrow's fathers of the nation. We are raising tomorrow's wives to the husbands. We are raising tomorrow's homemakers. Okay? So, how are we expected to behave? How are we expected to have a united nation, a united ummah, okay, without the sisterhood? If we are the kind of people who don't answer other people's salam simply because they are whites, simply because they are blacks and we think we're better than they, simply because we think they are poor and we have more than they, simply because we think they don't have cars to cruise, they don't have mansions, so we're better than them. There's no need to answer their salam or talk to them. That is very wrong. That's not what Islam recommends us to do. Islam recommends us to love for the sake of Allah, to do everything for the sake of Allah, because this is the only way that we will get closer to Allah. And when we get closer to Allah, we become Allah's friends. Okay, so let's see some of the things that we should do to promote this sisterhood, to to ground this sisterhood. What can we do? First and foremost, we must be more encouraging than criticizing. If you see anything done something wrong done by someone, by a fellow sister, please don't back at them. Please don't criticize them. Simply encourage them. Simply advise them how to do this. Simply call them aside. You don't have to tell them in public, or else if you do it in public, please don't mention their names. Simply say it because you might think she's the only one doing what she's doing, what you thought is bad or wrong. Yes, someone else still in the same crowd is doing the same thing. So when you mention of this thing without mentioning their name, that is a very good thing, because it's not only benefiting the person that is not doing it wrong, but still the other people around. What else? If you want to talk to them one-on-one, simply call them aside and advise them. Don't criticize them, because criticism is another way to discouragement. Someone will feel like maybe that if it's not even recognized. You know how it feels like? That is when you're trying to do something but you're not yet perfected, because there's no perfection. We're just trying, And there are levels. Like someone is iman could be here and yours could be there, and someone else's could be there, So we are all just trying in different levels. So if you think your iman is a bit higher than someone else's iman, but please don't criticize them. Don't underestimate them. Let's find a better way, because remember, our beloved Prophet always had a peaceful way to talk to the people, and this is one of the ways that got him winning so many hearts into Islam. So criticizing is a way to discouragement. The more we will encourage, the more these people feel loved and brought back, the more they feel on the same page with us, thus promoting sisterhood in Islam. And then we go to another point that says be exemplary in the community. Yes, be exemplary in everything that you're doing. Are you a young girl is to school, and please be exemplary, because this is what we are expected to be. When I talk about we, these are the Muslims. Yes, we are expected to be exemplary in everything that we do, in our societies, in our schools, in our homes, to our siblings, to our parents, to our husbands. Yes, Let's live exemplary life. As a Muslimah, there are do's and don'ts of a Muslimah. There are things that you can do and can't do. Things that you can do and they won't even make any sense. The mere fact that you're a Muslim, people wouldn't expect you to do that. I mean, had this thing been done by someone else, it wouldn't make news. But the fact that you're a Muslim, subhanAllah, everyone in the society, the Muslims and the non-Muslims, they expect you to behave differently, exemplary. Okay? So, my beloved sisters, let's be exemplary. Remember, first of all, as you are wearing that hijab, you are a Muslimah ambassador. As you are wearing that hijab, you are carrying the flag. So please carry it high, firm, and with confidence. You remember, we are like white doves. Seen so easily and so quickly. We are spotted out so quickly out of the other birds, the blackbirds. So for everything that we do is clearly so spotted out. For everything that we do is so noticed, much faster than we can ever expect. So my beloved brothers, so my beloved sisters, please, let's live an exemplary life. And when you live an exemplary life, you're going to attract other people into becoming you because they feel like you're their role model. And the more they become just like you, the more they get attracted to you. We are attracting the sisterhood in Islam. Well, for the other point, we do have, we should not discriminate as far as anything is concerned. Come it with a race, with a country, with a tribe, with the height, tall or short, the social status, economic status, okay, plus so many other things. You know how people get discriminated in other people. And the mere fact that you are a Muslim, subhanAllah, that is just enough, okay? You don't have to first know where someone is coming from, subhanAllah. For example, I'm coming from Uganda, all the way from East Africa. And I'm here in the southern part of Africa, this is Malawi. And I'm here so confidently feeling at home. I've been welcomed. I've been warmly welcomed. I'm feeling home, subhanAllah. And why would that be? This is all in the name of Islam. So let's have this sisterhood. When you see a sister, subhanAllah, greetings with Assalamu alaikum. She's wearing hijab. What else are you looking for? Does she have a car? Does she have a mansion? How is she dressed? That doesn't matter. All that matters is that she is a Muslim. We are in one religion, Islam, and we have one goal that we are chasing, and this is Jannatul Firdaus. That is all, and this is what Allah wants us to do, subhanAllah. Why would you remove your feet in the prayers when someone is praying with you? Simply because they are white, simply because they are black, because that is also widely spread that people tend to, they don't want to put their feet together. Like you can try to extend your feet or your foot with some people and they take it out, they take away their feet, and that's not good. SubhanAllah. Let's be united. There's nothing different with the skin colors. This is what is really creating the separation. Some people think or feel they're superior than the others, which is not good, because subhanAllah, remember, for each soul will be answerable for what it did. And one of the sins that are condemned in Islam is racism, if someone didn't know that. Okay, so before you think of being a racist, and the fact that you are a Muslim, please think about the judgment day. Okay, so let's go to another point, and this says, love for the sake of Allah. Okay, please love for the sake of Allah. Would you love someone simply because they are Muslims? Remember, we are looking at the sisterhood in Islam. Well said, like a brotherhood in Islam, but because my words specifically for the sisters. That's why I termed it the sisterhood in Islam. Love for the sake of Allah. Could you love someone simply because Allah wants you to? Yes, if these people are not bad people, they're not leading you off the right track, surely love them to promote this sisterhood. You don't have to look at their background, which kind of family they're coming from. They speak English or they don't. Are they educated or not? Okay, please do not poke your nose into those minor little things that could get you distracted. Remember, we are promoting sisterhood in Islam because we need their sisters. Remember, we are the mothers of this nation. Okay, treat one woman and you're treating the whole nation. Okay, remember, we are raising these children, these babies, tomorrow's mothers, tomorrow's wives to the husbands, tomorrow's homemakers. We are raising tomorrow's fathers. And so if we don't have that a sisterhood in us, like we can help ourselves in many different things, keeping our religion, keeping us together as one, subhanallah, this might take us separate ways. This might get us off track in so many different ways. Otherwise, yes, our point was love for the sake of Allah. Yes, please. May Allah enable us to love one another for His sake, subhanallah. Remember, we are Muslims and we have one goal, and that is we are chasing, we are stressing for Jannatul Firdaus. Okay, another point, this is point number 5. Be friendly and welcoming. Okay, let's have that warm heart. Be friendly to people, okay, and welcoming, subhanallah. That's the way that it feels, that people welcome you when you're a stranger. You just feel at home, you just feel so special, important, and so loved. And that really means a lot. That makes it count. Okay, so when you feel this love, it's going to keep you warm and live. It's going to make you feel like you should do the same to other people, to other Muslims that you find, because you exactly know what it feels like to be welcomed and to be treated for a friend. And simply because someone did it for the sake of Islam. So my beloved sisters, please let's endeavor to be welcoming and friendly as a way to promote, as a way to keep our sisterhood in Islam. So point number 6 says, be a peacemaker. You know how much we love gossiping, how much people love seeing other people fighting and in conflict. You know, there are those kind of people who just don't feel at peace when other people are at peace. They just want to keep seeing this one's pinching this one. They just want to see this one pulling off the other's veils, and you know, they love seeing people struggling against each other. Okay, they love seeing quarrels, wrangles. Please, when you are a Muslim, you have to, with no exception, be a peacemaker. Okay, try to bring people together. Be that kind of person that when they get problems, all they think of at first is you. Okay, they should come to you first to help them out. Solve their differences. How can they get things done? How can they solve different situations? You know, how we get misunderstandings and sometimes don't want to look at the other. You feel like they're not good people. And sometimes we misinterpret situations. Sometimes we misinterpret people. Sometimes they're not really bad people. And all we need is an intervener. Someone to come in and talk peace into our heads. Someone to help us come together as one. Someone to help us solve our differences. So sometimes that's all we need. So my beloved sisters, please be a peacemaker. Bring people together. Don't let people fight and tear themselves into pieces and tear themselves apart. Yes, you can do better than that, and that is being a peacemaker. That is bringing people on the same page. Remember, we're looking at the sisterhood in Islam. How can we promote the sisterhood in Islam? How can we keep it anyway? Because yes, alhamdulillah, it could be there, but I mean, how can we keep it so it won't get torn into pieces? We see another point, and this is be kind and helpful. Okay? My beloved sisters, wherever you are, kindness is partly Islam. Being helpful, remember we're being told to help in our situations. Help the needy, help the desperate, vulnerable needy. There's so many things out there that we can do as acts of kindness, helping, okay? And with this kindness, it doesn't specifically mean that we should only be kind to the Muslims, okay? Please, kindness is humanity. Whether non-Muslim or Muslim, these are all human beings. Let's try to clear that picture in the public, the picture that they have against Muslims. Like we're rude, we're so arrogant, we are so isolative, we only love ourselves, and we don't care about other people. It's that's the kind of bad picture that we have. So as Muslims, how can we clear that bad picture? Because remember, for everything that you do, it's not pinned on you, because sometimes even the people do not know you. But for whatever thing that you do, for anything that we do, the mere fact that you are wearing hijab, it's all pinned on Muslims. Whatever, that is a Muslim, yeah, that's the way they do things. That's how some people think of us, subhanAllah. And that is so sad. Okay, may Allah enable us do many acts of kindness, humanity. Let's help other people. I told you, they don't have to be Muslims only, but all people are people. Okay, these are human beings. Please, let's keep a clean, clear, good picture wherever we go, wherever we stamp. Let's leave marks of shining gold, subhanAllah, and this is all in the name of Islam. Let's go to another point, and this is avoid the jealousness. My beloved sisters, remember we are looking at the sisterhood in Islam. More so the brotherhood, but this is for the sisters. You know, I told you my vision is for the sisters, and I am literally addressing the sisters, alhamdulillah. So avoid the jealousness, because this is another evil path that twin uses to destroy lives. There's so many things that make people jealousy, that yield or bring that jealousness in people. And then it grows bigger and bigger, subhanallah, and someone might fail to control their jealousness, okay? Someone might fail to control themselves, and so they get doing despicable things, okay? So, my dear sisters, how can we control this jealousness? SubhanAllah, every time you see something good on someone, please wish them well. And if you admire that thing, please pray to Allah to give you something more than that. Because you know, you are praying to the answerer of prayers. Okay? And this is Al-Mujib. Don't deny yourself the chance and pray for what you're saying. Because Allah has it all, subhanallah. And He is the all-giver, Al-Wahhab. So please, don't deny yourself. When you see something good on someone, pray to Allah to bless them with what they have, and pray to Allah to give you more. Okay? Let's stop the jealousness, because it's destroying us. There's no way we will promote sisterhood. There's no way we can keep our sisterhood in Islam if we that jealousy, my beloved sisters. Okay, when I talk about jealousy, there are so many other things coming in marriage that we get so distracted by so many things. Sometimes our co-wife sisters, we get so jealous of them that we tend to forget ourselves. We tend to forget our purposes of life. We tend to drop La ilaha illallah and we get doing as we please because that's what we think is right, because that's what we think will favor us, forgetting that day when each soul will be accountable for its deeds, forgetting that day when we will meet our Lord. I mean, that that eternal house, yes, the grave is waiting for us. And subhanAllah, you're going to go alone. Okay, so before we think of doing those despicable things, before we think of going evil, before we think of being good and being bad, please, let's think about ourselves. We're just here for just a few years. I mean, the longest one can live or survive, I think, that could be like 100 plus some little years, and then you even hit the book of history. Like, subhanAllah, we don't easily get people reaching 100 plus some little years. When I say little years, it's just like 110 years. I don't know, that could be the highest lately. Okay? And then people think that's too much, that's an achievement. But subhanAllah, even by the time you are that years, you are back to baby. You're just a baby. You can't recognize. Yeah, oh well, with some people are so lucky enough, they're so blessed enough that they still have their senses. But most of the people, subhanAllah, if you get that old, you can't recognize some people because your eyes are blind. You can't hear some people. I mean, you can't hear some things or people because your ears are already deaf. You are back into being a young child. You can't take yourself to the toilet. Okay? But I mean, what treasure is in that? You're back into being a baby. Okay? And then what is 100 years anyway? As compared to the years, to the time that we're going to spend in the life hereafter. We can't tell how long we're going to spend in the grave, waiting for the judgment day. And what assurance do you have that you're going to hit the 100 years? And if you're going to hit the 100 years, how much longer do you have to hit the 100 years? Because you have already taken some years. So let's keep calculating that. Let's keep all that in mind. Let's keep thinking about that. Okay? Let's keep thinking about death when we can live no more. When we go for good, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how strong you are, no matter how pretty, no matter how much you've got the gadgets and so you've got flaunting them all over, like everyone admires your beauty. When we die, we never prick the world, not even with a grain of a flour. SubhanAllah. The world moves on so swiftly and so smoothly, untampered with. People forget about you. Well, the longest that it can take, it could be with your mom. Okay? Your mom. But she also moves on and forget about you. That is it. Well, with the husband who got you doing those nasty things, got you getting or turning into an evil woman, who got you killing people, who got you messing up with people's lives, he could have married. He could even marry within a month. SubhanAllah. Trust me. They are not worth they're not worth giving up on ourselves just for them. So my beloved sisters, yes, that's about the jealousness. And remember, this is all about the sisterhood in Islam. It's not going to do us. Jealousness is not going to get us anywhere. So the other point is, let's work for the life hereafter. The minute we have that in our minds, the moment we will be conscious about that there is a life hereafter, that there is that day when each life life will be accountable for its deeds. This is going to help us a lot. This is going to keep us on the right track. And may Allah enable us. This plus so many others, my beloved ones, yes, they will help us promote sisterhood in Islam. They will help us keep the sisterhood in Islam. We truly need the sisterhood in Islam. Otherwise, thank you for being part of the show. I'm so privileged to be part of TV Islam, Alhamdulillah, in Malawi. Jazakallah khair. And please don't you forget to check out on the Islamic Online University. This was founded by one of our beloved scholars, and this is none other than Dr. Bilal Phillips. Remember, it is on www.iou.edu.gm. Don't you forget that they have certificates, they have diplomas, they have bachelors, they have masters in subjects like Islamic studies, in information technology, in psychology, business administration, Islamic finance and banking, Arabic, plus so many others. Remember, are you working class that you're so busy you can't cope up with the lectures, the live lecture classrooms? Are you a housewife? Are you a school dropout? Are you already in school, in university? Yes, you can give yourself the chance to graduate with 2 degrees. That is to adopt for our dual degree program. Remember, my name is Ashuurah Mutale. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.